Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm your friend Rajendra Kumar Yadav once again with a new video. It will be a continuation of the previous videos on which we were talking about the Django. But instead of talking about the Python and Django, it is important to better understand the database related information. So in this video, we will talk about the MySQL. By default, Django support SQLite. Along with SQLite, it have additional functionality built in to work with MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Oracle database. But I am going to demonstrate some activity using MySQL. Obviously, it is not mandatory, and the action that we are going to do here is not necessarily important or somehow not necessarily required to be performed in this way only, but it is the backend, like how you can create a database table, how you can manipulate it and perform other activity on the database table instead of doing it through the migrations. In some scenario, this help you very much, and if you are going to work a production ready application, then in that scenario it really helps us, to handle or to manage the existing database table and project. So we will start by launching our MySQL. So if you have already installed it in your system, like let us consider you are using Linux or Windows or Macintosh, and you have properly configured the path, so you can directly run this command mysql-u for username, then whatever the username you want to log in, and -p for password prompt. If you haven't password, then you can remove -p from here. But in our case, here in my system, I haven't installed MySQL, and instead I am running a MySQL instance in Docker. So you can find the name of that Docker instance is blog MySQL server, and container ID is here. The necessary configuration is already made. The port that is exposed by default through MySQL server is 3306. So I am doing the very same here in our system. How I can log in through? So instead of running this command, we can run docker exec or execute it open an interactive session on this machine, or I mean container ID, it is totally up to us. Then the very same command mysql-u root, then -p for password. Enter the password, and now you can see that we are in the MySQL prompt. Okay, great. So we will start by creating a database. So what are different type of MySQL commands? So there are four type of command. Obviously there is other, but primarily these four types are taught, in which three are major, whereas a DQL or data query language is being accumulated in data manipulation language or DML. So the first is DDL, that is used for data definition language and used to define the structure of databases and others. Then DML for data manipulation, in which we will see about the insert command, update command, delete command, and obviously select, which is also said as DQL or data query language command, which is a combination of other a lot of commands. But yeah, obviously the core is select, and then there is other feature also. Then DCL is there, that is used for control the privileges and permissions to a user specific or related to the database table or a column. There is a TCL also, that is related to transaction control and so on, but these 3 and 4 are like major. So let us begin by creating a database. So there is a command, and every flavor of SQL, as it is MySQL, PostgreSQL, or Oracle SQL, or so on, every of the each of these services have some of their administrative command, like so slash t slash c to connect a database and so on in different flavors. So in the MySQL, so is a command, such administrative command which helps us to extract a lot of information related to tables, databases and so on. So better we will see the databases that are in our table. Make sure whatever SQL command you are writing, try to keep it in capital letter. It is not anything mandatory, but yeah, you can follow the good practice recommended by the SQL. Saw databases is the command to show all the databases in my server. So here we can find these four databases are the internal MySQL configuration related databases, and blog is the one that I have created for my experimentation. But here in this case we are going to create a new database, and actually I will minimize my screen a bit. So instead of like in the YouTube, it will not be at the very bottom of the screen. Okay, we can hit enter. Oh no, it is not going to work. So now it is fine. So how we can begin? We can create a database. The command is create database. It is data definition command and the name of database. So I will put my blog as the database name. As we can see, the response is query OK, one row affected. It means the syntax that we pass is perfectly fine and executed successfully, and the impact of this specific command is impacting one row. Okay, how we can verify? Obviously, so databases, now we can verify. There is one more database called my blog, and it is created just a second ago. Now how we can use it? So is an administrative command. In the very same fashion, there is another command called use and the name of database, which help us to switch between the databases, and this is specific to, I can say, MySQL. Some other databases database system might have the same, but in PostgreSQL there is slash c to connect with a database. So it varies, database system to database system. Now we are inside of the database, so we have to see what are the tables inside of the database. If there is any, then that is fine. Otherwise we can create a table. So obviously this is a data definition, then create table is also a data definition command. So to see the tables, there is a command called show tables, and as you can see, it is an empty set. We can create a database table by running the command create table, table name, and then round bracket, then obviously column name, then its type, then the additional information like whether it is a primary key, do I need a auto increment or not, and so on. Then username is another column. We can put 200 character length. I think that is more than sufficient for username. And email at the end, varchar or variable character, and 100 character will be enough for this specific field. Now put the round bracket and a semicolon or a delimiter at the very end of the command and hit enter. As you can see that query is executed successfully, but it is not affecting any row or anything. So it means that it is created a table. Everything was perfectly fine. How we can verify it? So the very same thing, show table, and now we can see that the table is created. How we can see what are the field and so on? So for that there is a command called desc or describe users. With the help of this command we can see the field names, then types, then whether the field can be null or can't, then what are the different keys, what are the default values of that column, and extra information related to the column and table. Okay, so these are some important command. Then let us consider we have created a table. Okay, and we got to know like we missed a column, then how we can make a change in that scenario. So for that there is a command called alter, then table and table name. Okay, then add column and column name. Like for the user I want to add birth date and the data type of it. It's data type of the column, and at the end hit enter. As you can see, that query is executed successfully, and I mean there is no any warning, no any duplicity and so on, so means it is worked perfectly fine. How we can verify that the command has executed successfully? Obviously describe the table, and you can find it out here that birthday and its type is date, it can be null, and the default value will be null for sure. So this is how you can do the basic manipulation, or sorry, a basic data definition, or restructuring the restructuring the database table. Then obviously if something is not required, then very same way we can drop a column too. So instead of column, instead of adding a column, we have option to drop also. Okay, and it will work in the very same fashion. And obviously we are going to drop the birthday column that we have just defined, because we are not requiring it anyway, and we are demonstrating the thing. As you can see, previously there was a birth date column, but now it is removed from the database table. Okay, uh, so this is how you can alter in existing table. Obviously we can drop the whole database, but for now we will not going to drop. Instead we will do our manipulation or DML related commands on this specific table, and after that obviously if required then we will do the we will perform the drop action on this table, on this specific table, as well as on the database at the very end of the video. So for DML there is majorly three command, or four command actually we can say. So that is insert, update, delete and select. Some people say that select is outside of DML, and it is called as a DQL, that is data query language. So I'm not going to be part of the discussion whether it is DQL or DML, but yeah, it is used to extract the information from the database table following different conditional options, and a lot of other subquery mix up, and a lot of other commands that can be work together, the select command. So we will start by writing a insert query, insert into, and then specify the database name. Then put the set of column where you want to insert the database record. So first is username and the second is email. Then put the values, and the values like for username is Rajendra Yadav, and for email rajendra@demo.com. Okay, and hit enter. As you can see that this query is okay, and one row is affected. Now how we can get the information, like what are the records in this table? For that, select command, that is the DML/DQL command, can help us to fetch the information from users table. As you can see that one is automatically defined because we have set the auto increment to the ID column, whereas other field is you know have the information that we have just placed. Now let us consider we want to put another record in this table, demo user. Then obviously demo user at demo.com. Run the very same command, select star from users, and we can find that this is the output. There is an option to update also, like if we have created something, we might put something wrong, then how we can make the change in that specific record. One way is to delete and reinsert, and the other is like we can have the opportunity to make the modification as we did the alter with the whole structure of the database. So yes, there is a command called update, and then update and whatever database table you want to update. So I want to update users, then put the set command, then what exactly you want to set for the column on which you want to make the change. So let us consider I want to make the change in the email, and instead of Rajendra at demo.com, I want to put Rajendra at gmail.com. And where do I want to make this update? Keep in mind that if I'm not like putting any condition and put the semicolon and hit enter, then in that case it will update all the records in the database. But I don't want such any such thing. So I will write where is like conditional. Either I can put user underscore name is 1 or username is whatever is here, and put the semicolon at the end and hit enter. So it will make the changes. So let's consider I'm going with the user ID, and if I hit enter, obviously you can find that the query is executed, one row is affected, one is changed, and number of row matches with this condition is only one. Okay, so in this way we can update in existing database record. Then how we can delete a record? Then it is also similar. Delete from, then specify the table name, delete from users, where user ID or better user name is equal to demo user. Okay, so this command is going to search in the database where username is demo user and will delete that record. Hit enter and you can find that query okay and one row is affected. How you can verify? Obviously very same command, select star from username. So this way we have created a database, then restructured it using alt command, either like by adding the column or by removing the column. Then we have inserted some records, then we have updated the record that is previously created, and then deleted some record from the database. Obviously in between we have run the select command to extract the information. There is another command called truncate. It is a Linux command as well as available in the SQL. So truncate table and table name, and this command is used. This command is used to remove. This command is used to remove all the record in specified database table. If I hit it like enter once, then it will remove all the record that was in the table actually. Now obviously as we have cleaned the whole table, so we inserted, deleted and truncated, then we will demonstrate how we can drop a table. Like we have created a huge set of table and now we are not requiring that, then in that case we can run the command drop table and table name. For us table name is users, drop table and then table name, and hit enter, and that's all. Now how I can verify whether table exists or not? Saw tables is a command and it will show what are the table available in the database. In the very exact way, I can drop the database too. So in my case, the current database is my blog. Okay, and run the command drop database and my blog. Hit enter, and now you can see that query was okay, and like 0 row is affected. You can very much verify the databases too, and you will find that the database that we have created initially is like not part of our current business. So this is how you can create the basic structure of database, set up the information, insert the record, delete the record, update the record, and so on. So these are some basic information about MySQL. If you find it helpful, then please like the video, subscribe the channel, and share it with your friends. Hopefully it will be helpful for you. I have additionally created a medium page for somehow the similar like commands. You can have a look of this also, in which I have like our basic DDL thing, then DML, and at the very end I have talked about the DQL. So this is all about this video. Thank you for watching it. Happy coding. Have a nice time. Thank you.